Welcome to another edition of Whiskey, Games, and Nerd Stuff. Today's whiskey, we are going to continue drinking the Say Cognac. And today's nerd stuff, we are going to do a playthrough of Friday. Friday is a solo adventure game. Let's go ahead and take a pour of this. Both the Douce Cognac was a gift from a viewer, and this was a request to start doing some more gameplay videos. So we started with Friday. Let's go ahead and take a sip. Really enjoy this Douce Cognac. And for those who have not played this is a really entertaining, relaxing solo deck building game where basically you're helping Robinson Crusoe get off the island. The basic setup is you have your deck that you're going to start with. You're going to have some cards that you're going to draw, and then you're going to have some cards that will get added on later on. And we'll kind of go through how this goes, and it'll make more sense. So the first thing you're going to do is you flip over one of the event cards. This particular event card is with the raft to the wreck. So we need to get 0 points to succeed at this particular event, and we can draw one card. Right now, these cards are basically zeros, ones, twos. I think there's a -1 at the beginning as well. We'll draw a card and see what happens. So we draw the first card. The first card is a 0. 0 is weak. It equals that. So we succeeded on this card. What happens, that means that we win this challenge. This is actually going to go through and add to our deck pile when we reshuffle. So we'll just put these over here. The next event we have is with the raft to the wreck again. It's the same one. Let's go ahead and flip this over. So this is a -1. So we were distracted. And because we were distracted, that's a -1, which means we would not meet this one. Now, we can pay a life to grab another card if we chose to, or what can happen is we can decide that we are going to fail this particular task. So we're going to fail this task, and we're going to fail it by 1. So what will happen is this will go over here to the pile. What will happen is we're going to lose 1 life because we missed it by 1, but we also get to purge this card. So what will happen is once we purge this card, it's not going to get shuffled back in when we make our round 2. So the nice thing is we've got rid of one of those -1s, so when we kind of go through and strategize. So let's go ahead and do one more. You know what? I'm going to shuffle these because we've gotten 3 of these in a row real quick. But let's just do a quick shuffle. It's going to be the same thing once more. We will draw 1 card. 0 and 0. That means we succeeded in this one. We go on to the next one. Okay, with the raft to the wreck again, and you guys did just see me shuffle these. Same thing, that would have succeeded. We'll go through. All right, I'm really going to shuffle these again because we've gotten 4 of these in a row, and I did shuffle these before the video started. Let's try one more time. Okay, -1. So here's another one where we lost it. We're going to go ahead and purge this card. Lose another life. This goes to the did not succeed file. Okay, now we've got the same thing again. So there are more than these ones in here. We've got the same situation where we have a -1. We failed that by 1. We were going to go ahead and purge this card, lose that life. So we are losing these lives, but we're getting rid of these -1s for the next playthrough. All right, finally we got a new card. That deserves a drink. So let's go ahead and take a sip. And again, this is the Douce Cognac. This was a gift from a viewer. I really appreciate it. So in this one, it's further exploring the island. So further exploring the island, we need to get 2 to succeed. Now, we get to draw 3 cards. So what happens is we'll go ahead and draw the first card. We're at -1. So now we're going to have to get 3 points. Our second card's 1. So now we're kind of even. Our third card is a 2. So now we're at a +3, -1, so it puts us at our 2. So this is actually a good one. So we will go ahead and unfortunately, because we did not fail this, we're kind of stuck with this. So we will go ahead, and the nice thing is these are, when we succeed, these get added back into our deck. So when we reshuffle, that's going to be a +2, plus an extra card, and that'll come into play later. Let's go ahead and flip another one real quick. Ooh, wild animals. So we have to get a 4. This is going to be a tough one. We got 0. Oh, and this also says our highest card that we draw equals a 0. We've got -1, so we're already at -1. We have a 0, still at -1. We get our 4th card, which is a 0. So now we have a couple choices. We are at -1, which means we've missed this by 5. We can lose. It's going to actually be 2 for this one, but we're going to lose 5 life no matter what. So 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go ahead and lose those 5 life, but we get to purge these 5 cards, which is very good because we're getting rid of this card, the -1, and a couple zeros, thus making our deck stronger for the next time around. But we're getting low on life. So let's go ahead and do another one of these ones, further exploring the island. We've got a 0. We get 3 cards. We've got another 0. And we have a 0. Now, I don't remember what's left in here. Now, we just need a 2. So I think what we can do is we're going to pay 1 life to draw 1 more card. Ooh. Now, what sucks was that's a 0, but it gave us +2 life. So we're going to get 2 life back when that comes into play. So I'm going to pay another life to draw a card. And then let's play 1 more life to draw a card as well. Great. So now we have 2 that succeeded in this. Now, of course, we had to go through that many cards, which wasn't fun. But what's nice is we completed this task, and then next turn, when this comes, we'll get a 2 plus an exchange, which is kind of a neat little thing that comes into play later. So let's go ahead and flip 1 more with Life to the Wreck, with the Raft to the Light. So 0, highest card equals 0. Well, it doesn't matter, because a 0 succeeded in this one anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. We'll go through this one. All right, so we've got a 0, and it says stop. So this is a card that's very tired, so no matter what happens, we got to the 0. Now, we actually succeeded in this. I was hoping we'd fail with a card like this, because we don't want it again. So now, what kind of sucks is we're out of cards, and when you're out of the cards in here, you've got to take one of them from here. And these are bad cards. These are negative cards, so these are not fun to add into it. So we are adding another negative card to this. Let's go ahead and shuffle these up. And would really love to hear in the comment section, those that have played this game, what you think of it. What similar games to Friday have you played? And obviously, if you see me explain anything wrong, please feel free to make a comment in the comment section. Everybody knows I'm not perfect, especially when you're drinking some enjoyable alcohol from viewers who were gracious enough to send you a bottle. Let's go ahead and flip this over again. We've got further exploring the island for 3 cards. We got 1. Now, this is actually going to give us +2 cards. So if we don't get our 2 points within our 3 allotted cards, this allows us to draw 2 more as a bonus. So there's our 2nd card, which is a 1. Our 3rd card, which is a 2. So we kind of overkilled this one. So what's nice is we got this one, which means we won it. It gives us a 2, and it's going to double one of our next cards. So we'll keep going through this. Oops. Oh, I messed that one up. It's a 2, a 1, a 0. We get 1 more card. A 0. Now, we're at 3, but some of these cards had things on it. One of them had something on it. So this is an exchange card. So we can exchange one of these cards for a card here. So I'm going to take this 0 out and exchange it. Oh, darn it. That did not help us. So we actually failed this one. The highest card is a 0. So that means this is 0 now, which means we're at 1. So that means we've missed this by 3 life. So we are going to lose 3 life. Now the question is, which ones do we want to get rid of? Well, we want to go ahead and do 2 of the life to get rid of this card, and then we want to do 1 of the life to get rid of this card. So we're going to go ahead and purge those cards. We're going to fail this one. And then these ones go back. So we're going to go ahead and draw again. Another wild animals. We've got a 0. A 0. Now the minus phase 1 means when we're in the yellow phase, it would go down to 4. But since we're still at the green, it doesn't matter. Ugh, we're not doing well on this one. So here's a good dilemma. So let's go ahead and take a drink. We have 4 zeros here, which are not good cards. We are going to lose this one by 4, but we're getting pretty low in life. However, if we get rid of these 4 cards, we can actually pay 3 life to get rid of these. Now, I'm actually going to we're going to lose the 4 life, but I'm only going to lose these 3 because I want to keep that 1 because that'll come into play later on. So we're going to get rid of those. This one fails. These ones get purged. Now we're down to 4 life, so we've really got to start succeeding on these. Okay. Oh, dang it. These wild animals are just killing us. There's a great genius, 2. A distracted. Oh, a -1 life. Hungry. Oh, that's not good. Ah, darn it. Okay, right now. So we are at a 1. Actually, sorry, we're at 2. So we're going to lose this one by 2, which would bring us down to 1 life. Or we can pay a life and draw an extra card, but let's just make sure that we're not missing anything on those draws. Yeah. Let's go ahead and pay 1 life to draw a card. Nice. What's nice about this is it gave us 2 life. Now, we are still down by the 2 points, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to lose those 2 life. And let's get rid of the -1 and the 1. And let's just write it. Usually when I play this, the first couple of times I play, I won't get through. But it kind of takes you a few plays to get back in. So we got cannibals. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. 0. 0, but we get +2 cards. Stop. All right, so this is telling us to stop, not to draw anymore of our allotted draw of 5. But we had the +2 cards, so we're going to go ahead and draw our 2 bonus cards and hope that we can pull this off. That's going to give us the 0. So unfortunately, what's going to happen, folks, on this one is we missed this one by 5. So we are down the 3 life, which means we lost this game. Let's go ahead and take a drink. Now, this was just a run of bad luck. Usually, it was probably me shuffling. But let's see what some of these other cards would have been. We had the 0. We had the 2. So some of these cards, as you can see, we didn't quite get to the higher cards. Now, what's the fun part of this is when you go through these cards, let's say we made it through the first level. Once you get through the first challenge, then you change this green to the yellow. And then you run through the cards again. And you're going through for the yellow. Then you go through the red, orange, depending on what color you think this is. And you go through that phase, which gives you the higher number. Now, the more successes you have, the less cards you're going to have to fight because those successes end up coming over here. And as you can see, you're going to get some pretty high numbers in here as you play along and succeed. So you can kind of build up that deck to make things a lot nicer when you get these 4s and 3s in here, plus with some of those bonus cards that add you life. Once you make it through the first 3 phases, then what you're going to do is draw 2 random cards of the pirates. And then what's going to happen is you're going to fight 2 different pirates. So this one would be, let's pretend like we made it through the 3 phases. We would go through, and this would say you get 10 cards to get 40 points. So you would just basically flip over 10 cards and see if you can get those 40 points to succeed. If you were able to succeed past 2 random pirates, that means you're successful in completing the game and getting through. And that's a quick updated version of Friday. I do have some other videos on this when I started the channel, where I've gone through a couple playthroughs. I think one of them I actually won the game, and that was a lot of fun. And then for those that have played this game, really would like to hear comments in the comment section of what I explained wrong in that one, some things that you would do differently, and what your thoughts are on the game in general and similar games. And until next time, folks, cheers.